Evening. So much for being here. Thank you so much for being on time for all those participants who were here on time. All those participants who were here on time, really congratulations. Thank you so much. That displays your commitment in terms of being on time. Thank you so much. I just thought it would be great if we can just wait for 2-3 minutes and add people. So now people are there. Yeah, good. And let's begin this without even wasting a single minute. So Pranam, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Basir Bhai, Abhishek Bhai, Rajat Bhai, Paul Bhai, Gopinath, Jitender Ji, and each and every one of you. So I just invited this to people who are very close to me, people where I have interacted with them in the past for something or the other. And this is the only that kind of tribe which I have invited once again for 30, 30, 30. But the question here is, how many of you truly forwarded the link to some more people so that even they can get the benefit of learning and development? Many of you already know the pattern in which I'm into this sharing of financial information. It's good that if you can add more people and let them know about it, so that otherwise they don't get an access to this subject matter, but at least because of this they may get an access to the subject matter. By raise of your hands, is my voice super clear, audible? Yes or no? By raise of your hands, right? Thank you, thank you. So now I'm glad that I'm getting this opportunity to share with every one of you on some financial information. So for people, for all the friends who missed probably in the previous meeting, for you, there is an information right now that in the previous day one meeting, we focused on why it is important to have a mentor in every subject matter of your financial stuff, because we all want to create wealth, but are we developing mentors for each one of that is a question I want every one of you to ask yourself. Are you developing a mentor for each and every stuff for yourself? Number two, how do I build a tribe? Because at the end, tribe leads to success. So like some of you are chambers member, clubs member, chapters member, association members, and as a tribe we all are extraordinary. Rather than being alone, become ordinary, right? An ordinary man, I repeat, an ordinary man with extraordinary powers. Yeah, how many of you can understand this? An ordinary man with extraordinary powers only if you have a tribe. If you're all alone, you stay ordinary. Yeah, how many of you can believe in this? If you're going to be alone, you are an ordinary person. But if you are a part of a group, then you become extraordinary because you're more resourceful. So ladies and gentlemen, my request to you is to follow the principles, which is being hungry to learn, making sure that you have a mentor for each financial subject matter, and number three, build a tribe. This is a minimum core principle which you all have to remember. And for many of you who are not sitting with paper and pen, I strongly insist you to have one, because later on you will regret that I didn't have a paper and pen, I'm going to forget it, oh I wish I could have made a note, so on and so forth. However, it's not like the usual one where I give so many subject matters in one meeting. This meeting is going to be of one specific learning, only one specific learning. But yeah, we need to set a lot of context before even doing that. So truly, gentlemen, I just want to know how many of you did the homework of yesterday. Write the word HW if you did the homework of yesterday. It's okay if you have not done it, but write the word HW if you did the homework of yesterday. Or rather, we'll put it the other way around. People who did not did homework, write the word N. Write the word N that you did not did the homework, right? So you know the homework and you weren't able to do. It's absolutely all right as far as you have made a note. Write the word N on your chat box. Every one of you who are present over here, show your 100% involvement so that I just get to know that you all are active, you're willing to listen, and you're willing to take it forward. Yeah, awesome. So how many of you can truly see that word N on the chat box, right? Now the word N determines, I repeat, the word N determines our lethargicness or our priority or our importance to the subject matter, so on and so forth. What would have been great is, at least among all that you have, at least one particular thing you would have found out that how is that and when is that I can exit, right? How is that and when is that I can exit? How many of you agree that we all are supposed to find out all the decisions which we have made? When is the exit of these decisions? Yeah. Are you all with me? When is the exit of this decisions? You made a decision to invest your money into mutual funds, your real estate, your land, certain business model, certain so gold, silver. Do you actually know when to exit? Was an yesterday's homework to most people over here, right? Now you see, if you don't follow a process, you are not the beneficiary, right? If you follow a process, your benefit can further enhance. It's so simple. Like, say you are running a real estate business and you have a land bank. You better know, when is my last date to it? When will I exit? How will I exit? Do I get an opportunity to exit peacefully? So on and so forth. So everything you need to know exit. You have an insurance plan. Do you know your exit? How your exit look like? When does it come? So on and so forth. How many of you really believe exit is very important? If you believe, write the word B on your chat box, that exit is very important for all of us to know. Write the word B on your chat box if you personally feel knowing exit is very important. Anything you do, anything. Yeah. If you don't know to, if you're not aligned to exit, you're always confused. Should I, shouldn't I? May I, may not I? Now, if not, hey, what do you say? Hey, what is your idea? Hey, what's your piece of suggestion? And we are taking suggestions from different people, not being sure whether these suggestions are applicable and valuable for all of us. Yeah. How many of you can understand where I'm coming from, right? Right now, exit is very important for all my friends and my fellow members and people who are over here, my clients and my prospects. To all of you, I would only say one thing: know your exit is a very important baseline homework. Do not procrastinate this, right? Very important. अरे एग्जिट तो मालूम होना चाहिए ना. दुकानदारी खोला है तो दुकानदारी से भी तो एक दिन बंद करेंगे ना. तो कैसा लगेगा? हाउ टू लुक लाइक, राइट? दुकान हो, सोना हो, चांदी हो, mutual fund ho. So please do remember, do not forget. The reason I am emphasizing and repeating this of the last meeting is because this is very, 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 very important, right? Very important. Now, many of you will be asking, hey, Nikhil, how do we achieve a financial success, right? Very common question, right? How do I achieve financial success? My question is something different. What if you're already in a financial success model, but you don't know how to unleash the potential of your current model? Are you all seeing me on the screen, right? You are already in the current successful financial model, but maybe you don't know how to unleash your financial model so that it works back for you rather than you working for that. Unleash तो करना है ना. Unleash मतलब क्या हुआ? What is meaning of unleash? Unleash is equal to knowing what and all can you do having this investment. Let me give a small quick example. Okay. Let's pick up any one sector. Can any of you unmute your mic and just speak about any one sector of financial instrument so that I will give you exactly informations pertaining to that, right? Yeah. Unleashing information. Just unmute your mic and ask me about any one particular financial instrument. Unmute your mic.
SIP.
Sorry?
Your systematic investment plan.
So do you mean mutual funds?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Equity.
Oh,
Equity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So there are two things which everyone needs to remember, and that's today's takeaway, right? The most common mistake is that when we invest, like I don't say most of you have done this. I use the word most common mistake. When you invest the money, most people invest with monkey see, monkey do. This person invests, the news media keeps talking about SIP, equity, share market. You see people becoming super successful in share market. You also see people becoming loss in share market. Some people in real estate. The whole Chennai went into real estate. The last bunch of people got stuck with all the real estate. People who booked the profit have already left. The same thing happens in equity market, so on and so forth. Yeah, I know, AVS Ravji, that big smile of yours. Yeah, I can understand that because this is a common mistake which most people make. Now, the question over here to every one of you, whether it is equity or mutual fund or any asset class, remember this particular thumb rule, right? It's strange, but you need to know. Why do you want to invest? So who spoke about equity? Who spoke about equity? Can you unmute your mic and say hello? Yeah. Who just said me equity?
Hello. Yes.
Yes. So equity. So why do you invest in equity? Why do you invest in equity?
Equity is giving good return if you invest for long term.
If you invest for long term, it's giving good return. By raise of your hands, how many of you understand this word by him? Okay. Some of you and some of you not. Because for many of you, long term will vary. So Kalpanaji, what do you mean by the word long term? I'm sorry, Kalpanaji. I'm just like, someone who can answer me back.
For me, I feel long term is anything between about like 10 to 15 years.
10 to 15 years. Awesome. Yes. Anybody else? Long term. Can you give a duration for the long term? Yes, Vivekanand. Long term means what for you? Yes, AVS Ravji. Long term means what for you? Quickly.
For me, again, it is around 15 to 20 years.
15 to 20 years. Yeah. Jacob Ji.
For me, I would say 5 to 7 years.
5 to 7 years, right? Yeah. And anybody else? One more person. Unmute your mic and just say, what do you mean by long term?
5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years. So Jitendra
20
ji,
years.
yeah. So Jitendra ji, do you see here? Some people say 5 years, some are telling 10 years, some are telling 15 years, some are telling 20 years, right? So this is where we all need to know the interpretation of any asset class while you invest is varied so much. That's why the result of the asset class varies from people to people. How many of you can understand this, right? Now the question over here is, many people don't know what is really a long term. That's a reality. So Jitendra ji is working around 5 to 10 years, as he was telling. So for him, his aspect of looking any script or equity would be based on that duration. But for somebody who's looking for 15 years, 20 years, do you all agree the kind of shares you will pick up for 20 years is far different from the kind of shares you will pick up for 5 years? Yes or no? Yes. Or no?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. Thank you for really being sportive to participate. Now, here is the biggest learning. What is that fundamentally we are not doing right? But before even I could move forward, so because with the help of the participant, Mr. Jitendra ji, can you also help us by telling what do you mean by a good return? At what percentage to what percentage, Jitendra ji?
Kaigar, 15% Kaigar.
I'm sorry, 15% is what you say, think about a good return, right?
Kaigar, yes.
Yeah, great. So now many people in this room are absolutely happy when FDs are giving 5.5%. They're absolutely happy if they're getting 9% tax free, 8% tax free, 12% tax free, 13% tax free. Some people are here who wants 2%, 24%, right? So you see what's happening over here. Ladies and gentlemen, are you all focusing, right? Do not take your focus out, because this is going to lead to something phenomenal, which is you have to also think about your own business, whichever business or trading you are in. The rule remains the same. The fundamental principle remains the same, ladies and gentlemen. Please focus and also have your paper and pen, because some realization will come. Just write in shortcut so that you can go back and refer to deep think about the subject matter. Because if you don't deep think, then you're losing the opportunity to embrace or unleash the available resources. Unleash your investment. So this conversation started about unleashing your investment, right? Now, Jitendra ji should also know what are the benefit I can use when I'm investing the money into equity. What are the different benefits I have? What are the areas I can invest? So Jitendra ji, let's assume, for example, that you have 100 rupees and you invested your 100 rupees in equity and you don't have any further money to invest for equity asset class. Okay, Jitendra ji, right?
Yes.
Are you with me? Yeah. So now,
Yes.
now, but you got a COVID situation where you see the money going by half, right? Yeah. You saw the market
Experience.
by half, right? So you saw a 13,000 market being at 6,500 or 7,000, right? Now, the challenge here is you didn't have money, so you did not invested money further on the same asset class. But you and me clearly know it's an opportunity to get a 50% discount of the market. And when you're saying long term, which means you have to be ready to invest to enjoy 5 years and 10 years benefit. Okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So we all on the same page. I am not concluding it. I'm giving bits and pieces here and there. I know for some people it is going to be too heavy, but I'll simplify it. Don't worry, right? Now, look at one more aspect. Ladies and gentlemen, look at one more aspect. Think about it that what is the current borrowing with the banks? What is the current borrowing in the bank? Anybody unmute your mic? Current borrowing in the bank. Yes, Mahenderji.
9%. 9%.
9%. Yeah. Yes, Mahenderji, you had something to say.
10 to 12%.
10 to 12% is a borrowing in the bank, right? And for many of you who have good ODs, it's much lesser than the good OD and all that, right? It can go very, very low. What is the lowest in overdraft facility? Can anybody unmute the mic? Yeah. Yeah.
6.25.
0.25 overdraft limit from the bank. Okay. Right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, unleashing equity market, because right now the member or the participant told us about equity or whether it is mutual fund. Now, let me give you quick run through of the benefits of any asset class and how you should unleash. So write the word equity on your piece of paper so that I will decode it for you, and then you will exactly know what is that you're supposed to know. Quickly. Yeah. Awesome. Right? I'm sure you all have your paper and pen ready. So number one, do you all even know this? That the equity investment which you have or the mutual fund investments which you have, immediately, minimum 50% of your current invested value, you can quickly take a loan in 24 to 48 hours at an overdraft facility. So when you get a discounted in the market, how many of you even knew this, that your equity can open an OD limit up to 50% minimum at a very least cost? Because you know why? It's already a security by itself. How many of you have unleashed that potential? How many of you have unleashed that potential? Now you already have a certain investment. You go in the bank, you take a new term loan, you take a new loan of whatever kind. You already have your old investments, right? You can take up to 50% in equity minimum quickly at a very, very low interest rate. How many of you think that's powerful? That's powerful, right? Now, why you should know this? Because most people in this room are business owners. Business, Diwali comes, something comes, a good finance opportunity comes, or a good stock you can pick up, or you are importing something, so on and so forth. Do you all agree? When you have an opportunity, you need to encash the opportunity, yes or no? But most people are unable to do it because that time you find lack of liquidity. Lack of liquidity. Now, I have just spoken about one asset class, equity. You can take 50% quick OD limit from any bank, or it's no big deal. If you have it, we just do it online for you. It's a very simple funda. You just have to put your security number. It happens. Why you should know this? Because no point borrowing from the market at 12% or 15% for your business, or to reinvest back into equity when the market gives you 50% less opportunity. Jitendra ji, do you agree? It's a powerful information. Could have been
Yes,
used
yes.
very.
That is powerful.
Very powerful. And imagine I'm saying the word OD limit. I'm not even saying loan, not a term loan. OD means only when you use, how much you use, you only pay interest for that. And your business gives another liquidity, pay the money, sit quietly. But at least you are ready as all business owners to make the best use of it. How many of you truly think that conducting a 30 room, 30 topics, 30 days for 30 minutes And if I teach you such fundamentals are more powerful than telling you where to invest money. You have Google God, where to invest money. Right? All you agree, right? You have a Google God. You have so many people out there. You learn it from anywhere. Understand the fundamental. Okay? Because if, like, we are not yet embracing the timeline, because I have to also decode you in any one meeting, why 5 years and 15 years and 20 years long-term philosophy has to get cleared once and for all. It can't be varying so much. And I'm asking you all, which professional in the market is actually decoding this? Long-term has become, sir, long-term bola tha na? How many of you can understand this? Long-term sonle sir. Ningal inna 4 varsham le. Nadan 4 varsham long-term nanche. Jacob sir is telling, hey, 5 years only, I thought long-term. Oh, you're talking 20 years. I have to be alive to enjoy the money, man. What are you saying? Right? So no, you see how people speak in the market, right? Guys, I'm speaking to you this because it's your responsibility, every individual, to get this clear with your advisors. Get this clear with your planners. Get this clear. Now, most common mistake is you see a great opportunity, you invest money. There's no thumb rule. I gave thumb rule number 1, know your exit. Thumb rule number 2, unleash the potential of that particular asset class. Unleash the potential of that particular asset class. Now, I will connect back to the core principles. Now, equity, many of you would like to enter inside. It's a good market. Jitendra Bhai says it's a 15% market and moreover tax-free. I enjoy it. It's simple. I'm okay to keep my money, so on and so forth. Okay. Look at the core principles over here, which we spoke in the day 1 meeting. Are you hungry to learn about equity market? If the answer is no, don't even invest your money. Are you willing to have a mentor who can mentor you on that equity market? Otherwise, don't even be there. And do you have a tribe of people who speak equity? If you don't have these 3 principles aligned with you, don't enter into equity. See, the reason we speak about equity today, because one of our participants spoke equity as an example. So Vivekanand ji, as you said, mutual fund, SIP, right? The rule remains the same, my brother. Mutual fund, all your mutual fund, you can immediately pledge in 24 hours to enjoy the 50% of immediate loan, OD limit. Number 2, now most people liquidate their long-term saving for a short-term need. Yes or no by raise of your hands. And ladies and gentlemen, can you all switch on your camera for a little bit? We have only 10 minutes to end this meeting. Can you all switch on your camera just for some time, just for 5-7 minutes, so that I see you? It does not matter how you are. Look, I'm just cool, right? Doesn't matter, we all in the safe place. Success is shabby, and you all believe to move towards success. Be ready to be shabby. It's absolutely all right, right? How many are if you're ready to be shabby? This is the truth. Be who you are, behave the way you are, try to build good practices and present yourself better, right? Awesome. Now, it does not matter what shirt you wear, what background you have. What matters, do you know to use your financial instruments or your financial discipline or your financial mindset, which can be empowering to you with a HMT principle? And that's why you are here in this room, right? Now, my question back to you, ladies and gentlemen, is if mutual fund can also give you that 50% OD limit and you can immediately use, how many of you think that's really good? Really good, right? Mutual fund investments. Now, I will tell you one good news. Mutual fund, you can invest your money into debt or you can invest your money into equity. Both instruments can be locked in the OD format for your utilizations. So many people liquidate, Kalpana ji, many people liquidate their short-term money for long-term needs. For short-term needs, the long-term money. It happens. Everyone happens. Like I suddenly was purchasing a house and I had to liquidate. Because I purchased a house, I had to liquidate my long-term savings and put the money into house. I'm sure many people would have experienced something like this, right? For me, it's a house. For some people, it's a factory. For some people, it's something on something, right? Yes or no? Guys, be actively participating, right? Awesome. Now think over here. before you could invest the money, and you know that normally you will always enter into a situation where you will have to be pushed to access the money. You will always enter into a situation where you are going to be pushed to access the money. Yes, it is always that situation will come. Your long-term savings, you will land up touching it because somehow you that time feel very uneasy about it. Somehow that time you feel, okay, everything going to end. Somehow you will feel at that time that my business is better than this, and different reason. So the point comes over here is your short-term needs are influencing your long-term investments, good or bad. If you think it's bad, write the word B on your chat box. Write the word B on your chat box. Write the word B on your chat box. See, if you think it's bad that we access the money for a short-term need, the long-term money, it's bad, right? When your son is going to get married only at the age of 22 or 25, why do you even want to go and keep touching the money? समझ रहे हो, right? क्यों touch करना है पैसे को बार बार? Why do you want to touch the money? When the marriage is going to happen later, when the post-graduation is going to happen, but the common mistake is we keep going and touching the money, fidgeting the money. Now I have a question to many of you. When you invest your real estate, do you keep going and touching every month, every year? Why difference of behavior? Why difference of behavior? Why difference of behavior? You're buyers. Hey guys, I'm not even interested to talk to you. You're not genuine to yourself. Think about it. If you are not touching again and again your real estate, hey, abhi market value kya hai? Hey, what's the market value now? When you don't do for your real estate, ladies and gentlemen, why do you do when it comes to equity subject? All it is required is probably a rebalancing act, which you can speak to professional and find out how do you rebalance it. I'm like giving you all pressure with so many things, and I'm like, Jacob G is like, Nikhil, too many things, very short time. That looks 30 too quick, right? But Jacob G, I will simplify for the benefit of everyone. I have given this scattered information for all of you to know that you need to remember three things. How many things? Three things. Number one, you need to know the unleashing possibility of any asset class, unleashing possibilities. Whether it is access to money, whether it is return on investment, whether it's a duration or anything for that matter. Number one. Number two, be very clear in terms of your difference of behavior with different asset classes. And make sure you tell your partner, you tell your coach, you tell your planner, you tell your consultant, you tell your wealth manager, whomsoever it is, that I have a difference of behavior, that when it comes to this, I'm too alert and too active. My behavior goes up and down if I suddenly see my 1 crore becoming 60 lakh rupees. I can't even sleep that night. Do let him know about it, right? So number 2 point is nothing but check your behavior with different asset classes. Gold prices go down, gold prices go up. Did you guys went and did something out of it? I mean, if you actually went and sold the gold. Now, I'm not talking about the shopkeepers and shop owners, but I'm just talking about normal humans, right? Normal family members, right? Yeah, very good. Sanjay Bhai, awesome. I'm sure, very nice, right? Now, Sanjay Bhai sells gold, maybe 2 reasons. Number 1, he's in need of money for some other better investment instrument. Or number 2, he thinks it's already too over exaggerated. Let me book it something. Okay, 2 reasons maybe. But the question over here is, if you're getting what you planned with ROI, then if you booked it, awesome, no problem at all. But the question here is, when you pull out, what is that you will be doing, which will again continue to give the same ROI, is a question you need to ask yourself, right? So any which way, coming back to the point, the difference of behavior is something which you all need to understand with different asset classes. If gold prices are so high, my question to every one of you, why you did not book it, and enjoyed a higher gold price. Hey, Nikhil, please don't talk about gold. My wife will kill me, man. If I even tell her, open the drawer and give me all the gold, she's going to, I know, right? So just because you can always sit on top of your fingertip on a online platform, or probably on your advisor or a broker, you are sitting on top when it comes to equity. Look at your behavior. Second point is what, Jacob G? Looking at your behavior, second point, right? The behavior in different asset classes. The behavior in different asset classes. Guys, if you're not making a note, you're really losing something. Because when you open all your investment, you need to ask this question, will I have a different of behavior? If the answer is yes, when I will have this difference of behavior? You have to write down in your investment document. Your investment document. Are you all ready to develop your investment document? By raise of your hands. Are you all ready to develop your investment document? Slowly and steady, I'm going to help you to do that. The third point, which is the ending point of today's meeting, very, very important, where I started my conversation. Why do you want to invest in that asset class? If the answer is return, then up to what return? Is it that you're investing because monkey see, monkey do? See, the most common mistake is we invest into an asset class, but we are not sure why are we investing that. We may say and give a meaning to it, but we'll end up touching that money, going and again and touching that money. Smart man, rebalancing, intelligent behavior. For somebody, long-term is 5 years. For somebody, 10 years. For somebody, 15 years. Right? So why are you investing in this asset class? If these three things, if you understand, then today's conversation, Jitendra ji, today's conversation on equity sector and Vivekanand ji on mutual fund sector, this is exactly what we need to know, that you need to unleash the potential of that asset class. And one of the unleashing point is taking a quick OD limit, which nobody knows it in, that you can take it in 48 hours up to 50% and above immediately, and you can always capture it. For your short-term needs, don't break your long-term investment. Your short-term needs could be 6 months. In 6 months, you lose control on the market. Jitendra bhai, am I right to say in 6 months we lose control on the market?
Yes.
We are a very active equity investor. So yeah, if you say, it means a lot to all of us. 6 months is too huge. In fact, 2 weeks, you lose the momentum in the market if the market is very volatile in nature. So for short-term needs, don't land up liquidating it. Take a quick OD limit, use your short-term needs and keep moving forward. Like that, you need to know to unleash many opportunities. Second, you can also unleash with regard to your tax planning. You should know that in one file, up to what income you can comfortably take tax-free returns. And invest through that file first. Finish that bracket. Finish that bracket and then invest into one file and give the pressure. That is about unleashing the possibilities of your investment. Right? And the third point in unleashing, you know what is that? I'm going to share that in the next meeting to each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for being awesome audience. And today's homework to all of you would be, please go back, take your investments, find out what are the unleashing opportunity on your investment, whether it is land, whether it is gold, whether it is equity, whether it is your business, whether anything. Pull out the points which are important, where you can unleash that particular investment model so that you know to use it at the right time. And remember the core principle, without HMT, don't even be there to do what you do. HMT is a core principle, right? So today, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to, second homework would be, find out what are the possible unleashing things you can do with your investments. And how will you do that? By asking mentor, by asking planners, by asking tribe members, by creating those. If you don't do it, then you're not knowing your investment. Do you know how you can leverage, unleash the land, empty land you have, the wet land you have, the agricultural land you have, the industrial land you have? unleash, find out, do that homework. It's your money, not my money. Your money has to work back for you. Your money has to work back for you rather than you be working for the money time and again, time and again. And ladies and gentlemen, I would request you to be on time, and next time onwards, be on time, be 5 minutes early. It's absolutely all right, so that we can have the power and you don't listen from different levels of the conversation. Because if I'm giving a 30 minutes power pack, obviously there are a lot of information flowing. But yes, in fourth meeting or fifth meeting onwards, we'll simplify it. The first few meetings will maybe a little heavy. In fourth or fifth meeting onwards, you will learn one thing and you will get out with one thing. So what happens, you're more simple. But initial meetings, I need to set the context. Or are you all with me? Setting a context is very important. I can't serve you a tea in any paper or a plastic cup, right? If I serve it in a right crockery, probably the taste of the tea can change. So I'm setting the context, and allow me to do that with all of you. Will you all do that for me, right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And please unmute your mic and ask me if you have any question, and we will take questions, 3 questions, and then you all one by one can leave the room. Yeah. Yes, 3 questions. Unmute your mic, please. Wow.
Hello, Nikhil ji.
Yes, yes, Babuji.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm super, Babuji, after the wealth mastery today. Super, super. Yes, brother.
Yeah, is it right time to invest in gold, or it is going to increase, or it will be stable, or it is going to decrease?
Yeah. So I have 2 choices. Either I give you the fish, or either I teach you how to do fishing, right? So the reason I'm answering you this, there are almost, if you're coming to my company and if you're like, hey, I want to invest 5 crores in gold, I'm going to have some 30 questions to ask you. Even 5 crore, even 5 lakh or 50,000. Okay. The reason is why you just saw sometime before, right? The return of investment for each individual is different.
Yes.
The timeline, long term, the word is very different for every individual.
Yes.
So unleashing is very different for individual. There's so many factors before making one investment decisions. And in one of the meeting, I'm going to teach you all 4 factors to make an investment decision. 4 factors. And if you keep these 4 factors in your mind, it will help you to learn how to do fishing rather than me giving you the fish, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So sorry, Babuji, I can give you one word answer, but that might not be fair because for every individual, it's going to be very different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So personally, I continue to invest in gold over last 10 years every month.
Okay.
Okay. And I continue to invest even now.
No.
So this is my personal, right?
Okay.
Why do I say so? That's for me. I know my timeline. I know why am I doing what am I doing. I know the unleashing opportunities around it. I've done all my exercise before choosing that investment basket. So in this 30 days, probably you will learn how to make a decision also. Yep. Yeah. Next question, please.
Thank you.
Yep. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And bye-bye. Shabba khair. Good night. Sleep tight. And thank you so much for being such an amazing individuals where you are coming and still working on your learning and development. Little by little, unknowingly, you will build this, this character behavior of enhancing. Why don't you share how are you feeling being in this 30-30 mindset right now, learning something or the other? Do share in your WhatsApp. Maybe if you're a part of some group, share it over there. Or if you're part of, if you're getting a personal message, share it to personally only for us to know how is it helping you. Yeah. And this is just to make sure that I get to know how's it helping you all, right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Thank you so much, Paul Ji. Oh, Mehta ji, Jitender ji, Sanjay ji, Anurag bhai. I should have sold gold. Is only used. I'm an emergency, not investment. Yeah. So you're using it as your emergency fund. So see, the meaning to that changes, right, Anurag ji? Yeah. Every individual changes the meaning. That's why I said, Babuji, that we need to get some logics right. Yeah, absolutely, Anurag ji. You're bang on there. Yeah. So that's for a meaning for you, which helps you a lot. Yeah. Awesome. Dhanyavad, Mahinder ji. Dhanyavad, Suresh bhai. Seema ji, awesome. Thank you. Great learning. Thank you so much, Prashant ji. Jacob ji, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here one by one. if you can exit the room so that we can end today's meeting. With your permission, ladies and gentlemen.